Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to take a look at some of the secrets, easter eggs and things you might not have known about the single player campaign of Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds and its expansion, the Clone Campaigns. This early 2000s era real-time strategy game by LucasArts can best be described as a reskinned Age of Empires 2, largely due to the fact that it was built on the same Genie engine. As a result, many of the mechanics are quite similar to that of Age of Empires, albeit with more of a focus on ranged combat. The game offers an enjoyable single-player campaign that showcases often unexplored stories from the Star Wars universe, all of which is now marked as non-canon under the Star Wars Legends umbrella. And it is in this single-player portion of the game where we will see a majority of the secrets and easter eggs that the developers have hidden for us fans to find. Do note, however, that while this great game unfortunately never got a definitive edition treatment like Age of Empires did, likely due to licensing reasons, there is a fan-made expansion called Expanding Fronts that introduces many new factions, units and tweaks to the base games such as 60 FPS support and 1080p resolution. And while the footage you're about to see will be recorded while playing this expansion, rest assured that the developers have not altered anything within the single player portion of the game, so even if you're still using your old CD copy to play this game, you will see the exact same secrets that will be featured in this video. So without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into it. Starting with the Attichitcuk Campaign, which serves as the game's tutorial levels, there is only one oddity that can be found. If you load up the final level of the campaign called the Battle for Alaris Prime, in the northeast part of your base, beyond your walls, you can find a line of trees next to an ore deposit that blocks what seems to be a path leading to somewhere. Using a few workers, you can cut down the trees, and exploring the path leads you to a hidden area with what seems to be the site of Jedi ruins. It is unclear what this is referencing to from the lore, though it is an interesting area nonetheless. Moving swiftly over to the Trade Federation campaign, in Scenario 2 titled Behind the Lines, you may have noticed Gungan faction in play on this level. If you're a thorough explorer, you can actually find the hidden Gungan base after crossing the first shallow bridge on the right side of the path, but be aware that it is guarded by 2 Rancors and the Gungans aren't going to go down without a fight. If you are after something a little more hidden, well, in that case you are going to have to put some extra work into finding it, because it is located in the far west side of the map, blocked by a long line of cliffs. There is, however, a small opening near the Hutt secure airbase on the southwestern side. You will have to first eliminate all the enemy military targets and then start to remove the tree line to reveal a passageway. It gets significantly easier once you get to tech level 3, so that you can use an artillery to bulldoze the trees down and make a path along this line to the swamp. Once you get close enough, you will automatically gain control of Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jar Jar Binks. You can then move them towards the shore, which will cause the game to spawn a Gungan frigate. If you move the characters towards it, they will disappear as if they just gotten into it, and if you move the frigate to the edge of the map, it will also disappear. This is obviously referencing a similar scene in The Phantom Menace, in which Qui-Gon and Jar Jar use a Gungan bongo submarine to travel towards Theed, although in the movies they are given the bongo while they are underwater in Otoganga. The next Trade Federation level, named Spinnaker Spoils, also features some strange Gungans. In this level, you are tasked with capturing the Naboo city of Spinnaker. After securing a small town and establishing a base, you can take one of the captured boats down the river near the Royal Naboo Navy base, at the end of which you can find 2 lonely Gungan workers living a simple life and farming away for what seems to be eternity. And while we are here, another neat but slightly obvious thing you may have noticed is that this map will be played in reverse during the Gungan campaign mission called Chains Are Broken, where you will be liberating the subjugated Spinnaker that you have captured in this map with 9. A similar shared map can be found in the next Trade Federation mission called Capturing the Crown, where you are tasked with capturing the capital Theed, while in the Gungan mission called The Battle for Theed, you are tasked with liberating it. We turn our attention to the Gungan scenario now, starting with the 3rd mission called Raid on Spearhead, in which you have to destroy an underwater keep. But there are some unlikely allies you can call for help, that is if you can find them. Towards the southeastern side of the map, past the allied Gungan shipyard, there is a river that you can follow. If you travel along its eastern shore, you may spot a barren tree that is unlike the other trees around it. If you move an artillery unit in position to bombard a path along this line of unusual trees, it will lead you down to a hidden area with some capturable units. You may recognize this scene from The Empire Strikes Back when Luke visits Yoda on Dagobah. Quite a big time jump in between the eras, but never turn down an extra help, especially if that includes a Jedi. Continuing on, the next mission, which takes place after the destruction of Otoganga in the movies, there will be an unreachable hidden scene that we will have to use cheats to view. Using Force Explore and Force Sight, you will notice a lonely unit on the western part of the map. This is none other than 9 next to a Federation lander, a subtle reference to the scene in the movies where the Federation troops led by 9 land on Naboo. A small reference, but as you can see, the developers love to include these small details for us fans to discover. In the Galactic Empire scenario, the secrets start in the very first mission, titled Incursion on Yavin 4, where we're gonna have to use some cheats for this next secret. Revealing the map will show many units that are outside a playable area, and while many of these are transport that are used for set pieces, there is one unit in the western part of the map surrounded by trees. Hovering your camera over, we'll have Vader exclaiming,
"What is this?"
shortly before she gets taken away by an Imperial transport. This unit is called Mara Jade, a character from the now non-canon legend stories of Star Wars, and is the wife of Luke Skywalker and a former Imperial assassin under Emperor Palpatine. She is also the narrator for the Empire campaign. In the next scenario named Breaking Bread, no reference to Breaking Bad, there is yet another secret Mara Jade cameo towards the unreachable southern side of the map, prompting Vader to question her identity yet again before disappearing. And the last part of the Mara Jade saga can be found in the mission The Battle for Hoth. Surrounded by cliffs and initially unseeable, if you summon a unit near her she will appear and promptly walk away, without any Vader interest this time though. Unfortunately, the Rebel Alliance campaign doesn't feature any notable secrets, so we will have to move swiftly forward and on to the next campaign. The Wookie scenario, which is the last campaign from the base game, has one singular hidden secret, but it is arguably the best one yet. During the very first mission, called Homecoming, using Force Explore we reveal a secret desert area on the eastern part of the map. Upon further inspection, this appears to be Tatooine, and while not exactly movie accurate, if you summon a unit to capture Obi-Wan and Panaka, your usual mission objectives get replaced by a new one, and that is to rescue Queen Amidala. Once you rescue her, you will have to escort her back safely to her spaceship, all while being ambushed by both the bounty hunter Aurra Sing and Darth Maul. Luckily, Qui-Gon does come to the rescue just like in the movies. Upon defeating them both, the scenario ends, and while not exactly movie accurate, like many of the hidden movie-inspired secret scenes, it is a great note to the fans of the movies and of the game. Now that we explored the original base game's campaigns, we can take a look at the Clone Wars expansion's levels, which came out as a standalone expansion that added to the original game 2 new factions and 2 new single-player campaigns, one for the Republic and one for the Confederacy. And with new campaigns comes new secrets to uncover, some of which were foreshadowing scenes from the yet to be released at the time episode 2 and 3, because this expansion actually came out 2 days before Attack of the Clones. Starting with the Confederacy, the first and arguably most significant secret area can be found in the mission Perilous Dealings, in which you must eliminate the Republic from Tatooine. If you use Force Explore, however, you can notice a familiar deal being conducted on the westernmost part of the map. It is referencing a scene from A New Hope in which R2-D2 and C-3PO are being auctioned off by the Jawas to Luke Skywalker's family, though it appears that they may have overslept because they are nowhere to be found. These units are also capturable, however they aren't able to help you on your mission due to the pesky cliffs that surrounds them. Apart from this, the only other secret area is found on the last level called Sarapins Fury, where the unreachable ruins of a Jedi temple along with a lonely holocron can be found surrounded by lava on the northeast portion of the map. The Republic scenario seemed to have gained many of the new secret areas, starting from the third mission called Never Trust a Hutt, which parallels the Confederacy mission Perilous Dealings. There is a secret scene in the eastern part of the map referencing the crash landing of R2-D2 and C-3PO on Tatooine from the beginning of A New Hope.
How did we get into this mess?
And in the western part of the map, you can see a lone galactic Civil War era T-16 Skyhopper, which perhaps is being piloted by Luke as he is bullseyeing Womprats. In the mission Temptation's Folly, there is yet another scene from the movies, this one being from the Attack of the Clones. While the scenario is set on Krant, if you use Force Explore and move the view to the western part of the map, you will see the scene from the Attack of the Clones in which Anakin professes his hatred of sand to Padme on Naboo. Don't forget that this expansion came out 2 days before the Attack of the Clones released, so gamers could get a sneak preview of what's to come from the movies.
We used to lie out on the sand and let the sun dry us, and try to guess the names of the birds singing.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
And the last hidden scene, and reference to the movies, is found in the second to last mission of the Republic campaign called Resolution on Krant. If you use Force Explore again and move the camera to the westernmost part of the map, you will notice Chancellor Palpatine and Anakin Skywalker standing next to a Sith temple on what appears to be Mustafar. Considering that this expansion came out 3 years before the Revenge of the Sith, it must have given some food for thought to fans back in the day regarding its significance, yet in hindsight it is clear that LucasArts was giving a sneak peek to the third installment of the saga, teasing the events that would happen on Mustafar. So there you have it, all the secrets and easter eggs that are found within the single player portion of Galactic Battlegrounds. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I really hope you enjoyed learning something new from it. And if you think I missed out anything, please let me know down in the comments, because I do read all of them.